I have to confess, I'm a huge fan of Marvel Cinematic Universe, earliest versions. But am I a fan now? I will tell you in a minute. I know I'm talking about DC Snyderverse, or should I call DC Extended Universe, or Snyderverse, whatever. But I haven't talked about MCU a lot. Well, maybe I should today, because this is one of my favorite franchises of all time. At least from Iron Man till the Endgame. My history with MCU was simple. I was a huge fan of Spider-Man and X-Men, Fantastic Four, I still am, but not the same as used to be. Not because Marvel ruined anything, no, nothing like that. I think they're all great. I mean, they all still great, especially their old films with Sam Raimi, Tim Story, you know that. Well, I mean, my history with MCU started like this. I heard there's an Iron Man movie coming, which is I know Iron Man from the animated series. I never read the comics of Iron Man when I was young, but thing is that I'm usually watching the adaptations more instead of reading. I wasn't really a bookworm or comic book worm. Not a big deal, to be honest, because I'm reading now. But anyway, that's not the case. When I watched Iron Man, I thought that movie was incredible. It was so well made that I hope there will be more of the Iron Man. I mean, as a sequel, not with spin-offs and stuff, but first time I watched Iron Man, I didn't know there's a post-credit scene with Samuel L. Jackson. My introduction to him, of course, was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Yeah. Or was it Deep Blue Sea? Whatever. When he said, I'm here to talk about the Avengers Initiative to Tony Stark, I was mind blown. Wait, there's gonna be Avengers movie? Of course, I figured that post-credit scene I discovered was the year 2012. Same year the first Avengers movie released. I mean, wow. That was mind blowing. And I missed that post-credit scene because as a kid, I usually like, oh, movie's over, let's close it, something like that. But after I watched The Incredible Hulk, which is a second installment, I saw Tony Stark at the end. I was like, wait, what? Tony Stark is in the film? How? And then Iron Man 2, I saw Thor's hammer Mjolnir, something like that. Oh, what was the name again? It was Mjolnir, yeah, Mjolnir. Who invited her? And then I saw Captain America's shield in Iron Man 2. Then that means they will be next. And then guess what? They are next. And Captain America and Thor movies did happen. And those are pretty good too. They're all serious and well-made, well-acted films. And then we have Avengers, which is written and directed by Joss Whedon. I wish it was Russo Brothers. I mean, why not the Russo Brothers directed the film? So is the Age of Ultron. That could have been better instead of some cheesy jokes. And as goes on, I'm really digging the Marvel Cinematic Universe a lot. You know, and then we got Phase 2, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and yeah, them, and Avengers Age of Ultron, then Ant-Man. These movies also introduced me those characters because like I said, I wasn't a very comic book worm, or should I say bookworm to me, like Peter Parker from the comics. That's what they call him. His bullies call him bookworm. Which is not very hurting words, to be honest. Bookworm is kind of a kind word. I always call my mom a bookworm and never heard her. Maybe the comic books doesn't include the words freaks, Penis Parker, or anything like that. Well, as the franchise goes on, I really want to see more of these characters. Like, I want to see Spider-Man. I want to see which did happen. I want to see X-Men, Fantastic Four, which is will happen. But X-Men and Fantastic Four unfortunately never fight with Thanos. Fight to Thanos. That's really bummer because in the comics they do fight Thanos. And yeah, I understand because of the 20th Century Fox's deal with Disney and Marvel. That's why they couldn't have those characters' rights. At least they can include them before. I wish the deal was made like far back from Infinity War's production. And they can introduce them there. I mean, without their standalone movies. That's my idea. That's my opinion, I think. That's not an idea anymore because Infinity War already happened. But yeah, I really wanted to see these characters fight the Thanos. And also the upcoming films, I say. Look, I'm gonna talk about. I said why I don't like Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like I don't I didn't mean I don't like them. I just don't care. Well, not because Tony Stark and Steve Rogers left the MCU, but the thing is that it doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't have the same touch because of those corny jokes and characters has doesn't have that same source materials as in the comics as the personalities. And other thing is that the multiverse saga is kind of confusing. Like how many? I know there's lots of Earths out there, but damn, they could have done better. Like in Spider-Man No Way Home, reason I liked it because Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, and Jamie Foxx is in it. I mean, they're the star in the film. I mean, I know Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield only show up at the end of the second act, and then got to control the main third act entirely. But yeah, that's a bit. That movie couldn't get better. I mean, I liked it when the first time came out, but it wasn't a masterpiece as Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But like I said, those new movies looks interesting. If you like them, that's totally fine. But ones that I anticipated after Deadpool and Wolverine, I'll say is Fantastic Four: The First Steps and upcoming X-Men reboot, that's what I'm looking forward most. And yeah, the X-Men shouldn't got rebooted in Multiverse Saga, but Kevin Feige, which is I owe him apologize after the words I said in my past videos. Well, I still wish he didn't become a friend with the guy with the hat from DC. So, the X-Men reboot will happen after Secret Wars. That's a bummer, because I want to see them in the Multiverse Saga fight against Doctor Doom, or even possible Beyonder is gonna show up in the Secret Wars. Who knows? I mean, I never read Secret Wars. I read Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Civil War, and those are pretty epic stories, but Secret Wars, never. So don't spoil me anything in the comments. And by the way, if you want me to review some MCU films, as in past MCU films, make sure to write in the comments below. So I'm going to do that for you. And, well, for me, best MCU movies, if you're going to ask that, of course it's simple. I'm going to say number 1, Winter Soldier. Number 2, Iron Man. That's hard to pick between Iron Man and Infinity War. And third movie, you guessed it, since I said it, Infinity War. Those 3 are probably one of the best that MCU ever made. And why are they best? Because, well, they're very faithful for their source material. And Infinity War, which is I wish the 4th film was titled Infinity War Part 2, because it's a continuation of the story and it picks up where it left off. Not Endgame. I mean, title was cool, but it should be called Avengers Infinity War Part 2 like they originally planned. Well, but I'm glad what we have. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Love you all. And good words from Stanley. Excelsior.